Hi everyone, welcome to the final week of the course.
Absolutely. Hello everyone. It's been fantastic, hasn't it?
It really has. I've really enjoyed every single week. It's been brilliant.
Me too. Great comments from everybody, great contributions, nice positive spirit around.
Yeah.
Great.
Really enjoyable. So thank you. So this week then we started off by talking about teaching language lessons online.
Yeah, grammar and vocabulary. Yeah.
We did, and we started off with a little collection of short clips from online lessons where teachers were focusing on language. Yeah. And Antonina was saying that she really liked that because it showed her, I suppose, the variety of resources, and she felt that it helped her to understand that actually you can teach language online in an interactive way and also in a fun way as well, which we would agree with.
Yeah, and we asked people how they would do it or how they do it, and we had Michelle said she uses the guided discovery approach. And Sumia says she uses guided discovery and test-teach test. But I think Alba kind of summed it up by saying, in fact, adapting approaches and techniques that use face-to-face is quite easy to adapt those for online teaching. And we use the same sorts of methodologies. And I think that's pretty true. I think you can use any kind of approach to teaching grammar and vocabulary that you would use in a face-to-face classroom.
Yeah,
but of course there are, we've suggested some tools and so that could enhance the learning, couldn't we?
Yeah, we did. So we looked at, we talked about setting context and we suggested our ideas and you suggested yours. So Sharina was talking about using movie clips and telling short stories about herself. So that's live listening, isn't it?
Yeah,
which we saw
absolutely.
Renata do earlier in the course.
Yeah.
Joe uses songs. Deborah uses famous quotes, which I thought was quite an interesting.
Yeah. And Antonina, I think, was saying that she uses songs with young learners and she gets them to do mime and stuff. And I was kind of imagining in my head this room full of young learners, all mayhem and madness with all the mime and the doing actions to the songs. And of course I love madness and mayhem, so I really like that idea.
We looked at, we suggested some tools for setting context, didn't we? And one that was quite popular was the SMS generator on class tools, which I really like.
Because it's like everybody in the whole world, even my sister who's old, does texting. And so it's a kind of familiar tool, a familiar thing for everybody.
Absolutely, yeah. It's how I communicate with my family. No more weekly phone calls home. It's just messaging on Messenger or whatever, isn't it? Yeah,
and it's international. WeChat, WhatsApp.
Yeah. And teacher Laura said that she loves it, and she said that it's a great tool because actually anything and everything can be discussed in a WhatsApp group.
True.
So in a way you could use it to teach all kinds of language, not just one or two functional exponents, but actually lots and lots of different things.
But also the practice it provides, because it takes the classroom outside, so that in real life they're practicing talking.
Yeah, if they're doing it, well, they could be doing it in the chat box, couldn't they, actually, as well?
Absolutely, yeah. Grand. And then we had some stuff about the flipped classroom. You did your demo, and then we asked some people, we asked everybody as an optional thing if they wanted to, and lots of people have done it, haven't they? And posted on Padlet. And I need to read, because I think that the one example that Fernanda said, well done, all the brave hearts who provided exciting videos to teach language. And they were brave, and they were really interested, but they didn't need to be brave because they were really good.
They were good, and I watched them with a big smile on my face, so thank you. We had a real variety, so Mariella did the use of like, and then quite a lot of them were anonymous because people hadn't put their names.
Yeah, there was a guy that did homonym.
He did homographs, and then we had someone do homonyms. Yeah. We had past tense, physician versus physicist, and also something on civics and government.
Okay, so CLIL, bringing content classroom into the online teaching. There's a whole market there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
Online, helping people to learn maths and science and geography in English.
Yeah. I think
that'll be another course altogether.
After looking at language, we started talking about setting up your own business. And we started by talking about attracting students. Yeah. And obviously you heard from our online teachers, and they were talking about things like, social media and how that can be very useful.
Facebook, Instagram.
Yeah. And you were talking about that in the comments as well, and which you prefer and so on. And I know there was certainly a lot of discussion there about how important word of mouth is.
Absolutely, and Ollie talked about it as well, that face-to-face contact and word of mouth, if you do a good job, other people will come back. Yeah. And we had Douglas who talked about, I think he works in China, teaches online in China, and he talked about organising karaoke evenings. Well, actually, I don't think he organises them. By sounds of it, his wife organises them. But he talked about the benefits. Perhaps you could...
Yeah, no, he talked about how, I guess he teaches younger learners,
Yes.
so they come to the karaoke with their parents, and they bring their friends. So he and his wife are building the relationship with the parents, which is what you want, and also, of course, the friends are coming along and they have fun, and then they want to have lessons themselves.
Yeah,
so it's
great.
an
Absolutely.
innovative, creative way of,
And I suppose you could do wine and cheese or something instead with adult learners instead of karaoke.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Karaoke works.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we talked about running your own business.
We did, and I think quite a few things came up here, didn't there?
Yeah, because
Big
actually
things to
this is what
discuss.
everybody really wanted to know about. And
Yes.
we've made them wait until the last week.
Yeah, we're a bit cruel, sorry. So the first thing that people have been asking all the way along really is for some recommendations of companies to work for, but we can't really recommend any, I'm afraid, because we haven't worked for any, so it wouldn't feel right to do it, would it?
But there are lots, I mean, do your research, go online, put Teaching English online, there are lots of companies, and read the reviews from other teachers.
Yeah, teachers will be quite honest online.
Absolutely.
I've seen reviews
Yeah.
where they've put the positives and also the issues, and it will give you a good understanding, I think,
Yeah.
of
And
what it feels like to work there.
yeah, and look at how much they pay, and if they don't pay enough, don't work for them. And of course, pay was another big kind of point of discussion by everybody. So there was the how much, and how.
Yes.
So how much? Answer that one first.
So if you're teaching in your own country, what we've been saying to people is that just charge what you would charge for a face-to-face lesson, whatever the going rate is.
Yes, don't undervalue yourself, because you've got proper teaching skills, you know what you're doing, same preparation, same follow-up, so same pay.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. If you're teaching learners outside of your country, it becomes more difficult, doesn't it? So then, you had a good suggestion about using online companies as a guide.
You look up the online companies, see what they pay in the different countries, and maybe charge something a bit more than they would charge, because you're special and you value your teaching, and you have your own expenses. So
and you're perhaps giving a more personalised service as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that would be good.
And there's the how.
Yeah, so, when, maybe, is another one.
Okay, yeah.
So, some teachers saying, is it okay to ask for payment up front? And it absolutely is okay to ask for it up front, but you could also ask for it afterwards as well. But then, of course, you risk not being paid, I suppose.
You risk doing the lesson and not getting the money.
Do.
Yeah, but the thing is that we're all kind of so funny about money, aren't we? Because we're teachers, we don't like to think, oh, this is a bit contaminating to talk about money. But actually, you're running a business, so you need to talk about money, and you need to get the elephant out of the room, and you need to say, in your terms and conditions, we have paying in advance, you pay in advance per lesson or for a series of lessons, or you say, we have 10 lessons and I will invoice you at the end. And then you give them a particular length of time. Ollie says 30 days, and the payment must be done by then. And I think either way works. So whatever seems to be the best in your country. I mean, I would go for the upfront one, because I'd like to just get the matter out of the way, story's done. But then you need to have also in your terms and conditions stuff about what happens if you're ill, people have already paid their money, and how you will replace it or return it or whatever. Maybe we should just move on to terms and conditions.
Well, just before that, quickly, how you get paid. So,
yes.
I mean, there are lots of, if you're teaching someone in your country, they can just put the money into your bank account.
Just bank transfer.
That's fine, and
Absolutely.
in the UK that doesn't cost anything.
No.
If you're teaching someone abroad, then there are obviously things like PayPal, TransferWise. So look for those international money transfer companies.
Yeah, I think our teachers recommend TransferWise because the fee is a bit lower than PayPal.
I know Cecilia and Ollie use that.
Right,
Yeah, so look at how much they charge, basically,
absolutely.
and see which is the best one to use, and also make sure that it's available in the country where you need to transfer to or from.
Yeah, fantastic. Certificates, very quickly.
Certificates, so questions about producing a certificate, and I think it's okay as long as you're providing a certificate of attendance. So make sure it says certificate of attendance.
And you're not pretending that you're anything that you're not. So you're not putting university of something or the other on the top of it, or such and such a school, when it's clearly you in your front room. Yeah, exactly. So you're just literally saying that this student studied with me 20 hours of lessons at B2 level from this day to this day.
and then you could put, you know, what they covered on or something like that.
If you want to, you can add what was covered in the course or not.
Yeah, you're not saying that they are B2 level. You're saying that they studied at that level, that's what you were teaching them, but it's not a legal, not legal proof of their, you know, level. They need to do an external exam for that.
Yeah, right, yeah. And of course, terms and conditions.
Yes, so lots of questions about what you put in them.
Yeah.
Daniela had a good suggestion. She said, make a list of your requirements. So your rate per hour, your length of lesson, your cancellation policy. And once you've got your list, then you can start to put it into sentences and structure it.
Yeah.
She said, use language that's easy to understand, that doesn't need a lot of interpretation, or use L1.
L1, absolutely, because a lot of the time you're addressing parents or you're addressing people whose English isn't very good. So it should be something that they understand and they're able to sign.
Yeah, but again, it would need to be simple language, wouldn't it? And,
absolutely, absolutely.
Easy to understand.
Yeah.
So,
and we have some points, I think, that we can put together, and maybe we'll put it on a comment on the step so that you can have a check out. But just a heading with, you know, cancellation policy, and then a sentence about it, another heading about sickness, another paragraph about it, payment, another paragraph about it.
So we'll give you the topics that you might want to include in your terms and conditions.
Absolutely. Okay, so professional development was the last thing we talked about.
It was, yeah.
And everybody on this course has been doing professional development by doing this course. And because lots of people are experienced teachers, and I hope that we've made it worth your while.
Yeah.
There is, we suggested that people join communities of other teachers doing the same thing, and we have actually one Facebook page that's linked to us. It was created by Manuel, who attended the course that we ran in the summer, and it's called Reach and Teach. So look out for Reach and Teach on Facebook, and Manuel and the other guys on there will welcome you almost immediately.
Yeah. Great, so good luck with that, I think. Good luck with your professional development beyond the course. As you say, we really hope that you've enjoyed it and that you've got stuff out of it that you can then now go and use in your professional career, and even if you're not teaching online immediately, that you can go away and do a bit of research.
And I think we've given people plenty to do, actually, because I think there's a lot of stuff that you could be going out there and just practicing. But remember, keep it simple, keep it, do a little bit at a time. Don't try and do everything all at one time. Master one thing and then move on to another thing.
Absolutely.
Practice with your friends, practice with your family.
Yeah.
And Tarek is signalling us to shut up and go away. So
we've got a request, haven't we?
We have.
We've got a request before we say goodbye. So we hope we've given you lots of things to think about, and we'd like you, if you wouldn't mind, to fill out a survey. So at the bottom of this page, you can see a link to the survey, and it's basically going to help us to improve this course and to understand what your needs are and what you would like that we can help with in future on other future courses. So if you have time, please fill in the survey, and then that will help us to do more for you.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody. It's been an absolutely fantastic time for me. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.